So you know how the Blood Ravens chapter has a really big problem with stealing relics from other Space Marine chapters, Imperial factions, and even Chaos Warbands? Well, they've done this to the Dark Angels too. In fact, out of hundreds of relics and dozens of factions that said relics have been commandeered from, the Dark Angels actually ranked third in terms of most relics the Blood Ravens have kleptoed, surpassed only by the Space Wolves and the Salamanders. We did a whole video on the various relics stolen by the Blood Ravens earlier in the year. It's over 45 minutes long. I mean, damn. There's a couple relics in particular though I want to focus on for this video, and the larger context that surrounds them. For example, there's a relic plasma pistol called the Final Absolution of Caliban from the Chaos Rising expansion of Dawn of War 2. And the flavor text for this pistol describes how the damn thing is so hot that it could crack the mantle of a world. Now, obviously it couldn't. The description is literally just a jab at Caliban herself, the homeworld of the Dark Angels that got rocked after the heresy. And the funny part about this is, as per Dawn of War 2, the Dark Angels consider the Blood Ravens' possession of this relic to be a personal affront, an insult. They even have said that the existence of the Final Absolution of Caliban means the Blood Ravens themselves should have to face their own similar absolution. Like, despite the brief bro moment in the new trailer for Dawn of War 4, the Dark Angels and Blood Ravens are a pair of chapters that are not in good standing with each other at all. I think even funnier than the Final Absolution of Caliban, though, is this chainsword the Blood Ravens own called the Blade of Pride, which in-game is classified as a Chaos-corrupted item. Basically, a Dark Angel at some point in history was defending a hive city from the Dark Eldar, and because of an explosion, the Dark Angel got separated from his chainsword. At which point he just completely abandoned his mission and off on his own to reclaim the chainsword. It's inferred that at some point during this process the sword was corrupted by chaos, or maybe beforehand was corrupted by chaos. Either way, the Space Marine was damned, and now the Blood Ravens own a chaos-corrupted Dark Angel chainsword and venerate it as a sacred relic of the chapter. And I suppose you could say that these two don't really concern the Lion all that much. He's been pretty lenient with the Dark Angel's chaos-related chicanery since his return, aka the Hunt for the Fallen. But there's one really big problem with the Blood Ravens that I don't think Mr. L. Johnson is going to have a particularly easy time overcoming. You see, when I said the Dark Angels were the sub-faction that the Blood Ravens had stolen the third most weapons from, that's only true if you don't count all of their chaos weapons into one faction too. The Blood Ravens have so many Chaos relics in their possession that they use freely. In fact, the Blood Ravens have more Chaos-corrupted relics in their employ than most successor chapters have named relics at all. Like, I'm gonna have to bet that the knowledge of what happened with their old librarian slash chapter master falling to chaos and turning into a giant demon is probably not information they're going to share with the Dark Angels. There's this chapter I'm currently writing a video on called the Relictors, who are similar to the Blood Ravens in terms of freely using chaos relics, but the Relictors, despite being seemingly loyalist, have all been declared traitors and have been chased into the Eye of Terror after having most of their chapter flattened by the Grey Knights. Which is really funny to me because, based on known instances, the Relictors have way less named Chaos relics than the Blood Ravens do, and have had infinitely less instances of their warriors actually falling to Chaos. Like, I know Relic Entertainment wrote loads of wild lore for the Blood Ravens, and I know that they've been a non-entity for over a decade now and aren't in any way involved with Dawn of War 4, but like, they have set up a situation for the Blood Ravens to have the most unsteady relationship with one of the most paranoid Space Marine chapters in the entire setting. I think if the full story of the Blood Ravens got out, I really doubt even the Lion, with his new forgiving demeanor, would be able to see eye to eye with the Blood Ravens. And this is also without going into the debacle where the Blood Ravens annihilated a bunch of loyalist Imperial forces decades earlier. It's going to be interesting to see how King Art Games, and more specifically the writing team for Dawn of War 4, handles this hypothetical tension that very believably could exist between the Dark Angels and Blood Ravens. A writing team which, by the way, includes John French, who's written a ton of novels for Games Workshop / The Black Library, ranging from novels like The Solar War and Mortis during a Siege of Terror, a bunch of Ahriman novellas, all the way to Gaunt's Ghosts and Inquisition short stories and countless others. Anyways, yeah, good luck, Blood Ravens. Hopefully Big Johnson doesn't turn you all into pretzels for traitors. I'll see you guys next time.